Looking for proof to catch General Astar's killer, Zale and Dagran decided to break into Jiral's room.
They're not going to make this easy. Zale, make a run for it whenever you think you have a chance to. Run for that door. Be careful. We can't afford to get caught.
I wish I'd asked Callista if I could borrow some of those sleep arrows.
Jiral's room is upstairs. Let's not rush this. No matter how well guarded it seems, you'll find a chance.
Who goes there? Must be hearing things.
Zale, wait! The Count's room has more guards than anywhere else.
No surprise there. What do we do?
Just wait here. Good evening, gentlemen. Listen, something urgent's come up.
Dagran! How did you manage that?
Never you mind. Unlike you, I still have a pretty good reputation. Okay, no one's here. Let's go.
Got it.
It'll be empty at this time of day. Find some proof quickly, then let's get out of here. Zale, you look over...
Nobles are into some really weird stuff. Dagran, look. This sword has blood on it.
Yeah, and look at this letter. Business dealings with the Garak. I knew it.
Zale, what are you doing here?
What's this? What's the problem?
Count, I'll accept full responsibility. But first, please take a look at this.
That sword emblem. It's Lord Jiral's. And this letter is addressed to Jiral.
Impossible! I've never seen it! This is a setup! Unhand me, you wretch! Get your filthy hands off me! Get off!
Sorry about that, Zale, though I do wish you'd avoid such low-class methods.
My apologies, sir.
Well, at least Jiral and his cohorts won't be bothering us anymore. This will teach me to trust those who have nothing to show for themselves but their lineage. I guess it's fortunate that all this mess was cleaned up before the war with the Garak. Excellent work, Zale, my boy. I knew I could count on you.
Zale was cleared of suspicion, and Jiral was thrown into the dungeon. And all throughout Lazulis, there were whisperings that Callista's engagement was as good as over.
So, you are a free man.
Did you believe in me?
General Astar would never have placed his hopes on an underhanded coward. However, I also find it difficult to believe that Jiral is the true culprit. Ambush or not, I cannot imagine the likes of Jiral taking the General's life so easily.
Then you think Jiral was framed by somebody as well?
In the world of nobility, deceit and betrayal are commonplace. To uncover the truth is seldom a simple task. But this time, I will do so. That I swear to you. However, it is not wise to make any rash moves. We are dealing with a man who was able to slaughter the General in a single blow. For the moment, we would do better to keep our actions covert. I will use what connections I have to gather all the information I can.
Is there anything I can do?
Trust nobody but your closest allies, and tell those allies to do the same. It will benefit nobody but our enemy to have them standing around carelessly in the Great Hall.
It's good to see my uncle realizes that you weren't responsible for what happened.
My name would never have been cleared if you hadn't come to help me. Thank you so much.
But what are you going to do now?
I feel sure that there's more to General Astar's death than meets the eye. I want to find out why somebody would do that to him.
Do be careful, Zale. I'm scared that you might be the next one to get hurt. Jiral isn't the only person in the castle who would rather you were out of the picture.
I know it will be dangerous, but I can't just turn my back on this either.
I understand. Just don't get hurt, okay?
Is this when Callista was a kid?
I'm so glad that you managed to...
We should get out of this job before it's too late. I don't want to die.
Though it pains me to admit it, I too was of little use on the field of battle. But next time we shall show our true mettle.
You are listening to me, right? Hello?
Is there any jewel in the world that is beautiful enough to suit me?
We should get out of this job before it's too late. I don't want to die.
Excellent work in the battle, Zale. Though the fate of General Astar was most unfortunate. Something wrong?
I was wondering what exactly will happen to Jural. If it turns out that he wasn't the real culprit, then...
Of what use would such information be to you?
I'm sorry.
Until we return from this campaign against the Gurak, Jural will be held in the dungeon. After that, his fate rests in the hands of the law. Regardless of the outcome, his engagement to Callista no longer stands. But do not misunderstand me. I make no promises yet regarding the possibility of your marrying Callista in Jural's place.
I didn't mean to imply...
Worry not. As long as you perform admirably in the upcoming battle against the Gurak, your wishes will surely be fulfilled.
I'm so scared! Who knows when there'll be another attack?
If I'd known Lazulis Castle would be going to war, I'd have found work elsewhere.
Oh, I don't want to die.
I truly believed that Zale fellow was quite the scoundrel, but it seems I was wrong.
Yes, I hear the accusations were proven false. Still, this could have implications.
Apparently, that Rambold boy is to blame for this whole sticky situation.
Those two are chatting away when they're meant to be working again. How many times do I have to tell them? I wish they'd learn to show a little more respect.
I visited Jural in the dungeon, but he was in a terrible state, barely recognizable.
That's what happens if you're too greedy for your own good. The shame of it all.
I knew him well as a child. I find myself wondering now, what is the point of it all?
As long as you side with the winner, you'll do all right. That Zale seems a safe bet.
I don't know if I'm cut out for that kind of thinking. Rumour has it that creature over there isn't even of this world. If I was ordered to capture that thing, I think I'd pack my stuff up and leave.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Why does nobody listen? I'll kill him.
I hear some prisoners go mad just from getting too close to that thing.
Count Arganan sure isn't kind to his prisoners, eh? I wonder what those restraints are made of.
In the end, even General Astar got careless. He wasn't so tough after all. I guess all the rumors about him were just that.
It's so quiet here without the General.
Yeah, you could always tell where he was just by listening for the hearty laughter.
So, we averted that crisis.
I'm not so sure.
What's up? You seem troubled.
I was talking to Therius just now. He suspects that Jural was framed by somebody. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you? I knew it! You set him up!
It's not easy for common people like us to survive in this world. So we do what we have to.
Dagran.
Zale, you don't have to worry about anything. You can leave that side of things to me. Now, why don't you go and see the others? They're down in the tavern.
Dagran and Mirania went to the castle. Mirania had a serious face on. I think she's planning to investigate something. If you see them, tell them there's a nice hot meal waiting here for them.
Oh, you two came as well?
It's so much nicer here. No one to tell me I'm holding the glass wrong or putting my elbows in the wrong place. A drink tastes all the sweeter when I can drink it in peace.
Indeed it does, Seren. And if I happen to have a little love affair, I want it how I like it. And that's on the rocks. None of these frilly love letters and dainty dances.
Yeah. Wait, I don't think we're talking about the same thing. Enough drinking. I want to go to the arena.
Have fun. I bet it'll do you some good.
Off your arse, lazy bones. You're coming too. And you, Zale. Let's do a bit of fighting.
Dagran's always carrying a sword he never uses. What's up?
Oh, it's something me and Dagran bought when we first set up our band of mercenaries. That sword's like the first step on the road to our dream.
Fair enough, but how come he never uses it?
We were pretty young when we bought it. At the time, we didn't realize it's actually just a ceremonial sword. But Dagran calls it our treasure, and always keeps it in good nick.
You two really are close.
Master Zale, Count Argonan wishes to speak to you at the lookout point.
I visited. That Garak attack was just...
Zale, about what happened to the General. I'm finding it difficult to believe that it was really Jarrell's handiwork.
I was thinking the same thing. But why do you say that?
I suspect that General Astar was killed because he found out too much about the secrets of Lazulis Castle. But that should have nothing to do with Jarrell. If Jarrell was involved in such things, the Count would not have allowed him to take the blame. I fear the Count himself may be involved.
You could be right. But it's too dangerous to leap to any early conclusions. We have to be absolutely sure before we make our move.
I completely agree. I will attempt to find out more information about the General's medal.
That Garak attack was just...
Ah, Zale.
Finally, we approach the main Garak stronghold.
That is the Garak's main base of operations. Judging from their recent attack upon Lazulis, I dare say they will be well prepared to fight back. But with the Lazulis cannon on our side, victory is certain. Zale, if you show your worth in this battle, I trust you understand.
Count Argonon. About Callista.
I speak not only of Callista. I will make you a knight. Is that not your dream? We move on the Garak at once. Are you prepared?
Lazulis Island approached the Garak continent. The call to arms went swiftly out through the castle, and within the day, an attack force had been assembled. Not only Zale, but also his companions were to take part in the attack. As the battle drew nearer, and the sun sank below the horizon, these warriors nervously awaited the fateful night to come. And then... With that, the Lazulis troops broke into Gurak Castle. However, what they saw were not enemy soldiers, but women and children panicking as they tried to flee.